Hey, welcome back to Jen Beauty. My name is Jennifer, and here on my channel, I like to chat about all things beauty and makeup. I don't know why sometimes I raise my eyebrow makeup. I'm so weird. So today I have my palette ranking for the month of August. I know what day and month it is. So I have 13 palettes to rank, but before I get into that, I have a few honorable mentions, as I always seem to do for some reason. So I have the Kaleidos Black Jasmine palette. I tend to keep this one or the Cold Brew from the Smoky Nostalgia collection in my everyday makeup drawer. I kind of change them out. Like 1 week I'll have, or one rotation I'll have the black one, and one rotation I'll have the brown one. Anyway, love this. Absolutely love this. I keep thinking I can declutter my ColourPop Blow and Smoke palette because I have this one, but then I pull out the Blow and Smoke palette and I'm like, girl, you crazy. Anyways, the other honorable mention that I have is the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shop palettes. The reason this is an honorable mention and not being ranked is because I used these in a look with a challenge that I did, or collab / challenge with Erica Conger, and I will try to have that link below. And what we did is we did random pick one shade from each palette. So for example, on the Pistachio palette, we only used the shade Sweet Life. So it didn't feel right using just one shade from each palette and putting them in the ranking, but I love these palettes and I look forward to using them more. That was actually the first time I had used them. So honorable mention they get because holy crap, they are fantastic. I'm trying to think if I have any other single shades that need an honorable mention. I did discover that I really like the shade Tassel from ColourPop. This is in the Blow and Smoke packaging, but they still have it in the non-collection, just regular white packaging. And this is just a regular white, light, icy shimmer. It's this one. I have a bunch of swatches from doing another video there, but I really like it for an inner corner highlight. I like it for putting over a more cool tone look. I don't know. It's just if I only had, 5 Super Shock shadows in my collection, this would be one that I would for sure keep. Now let's get on to the ranking. I think I have 13 palettes to rank today, if I counted correctly, which my brain is fried because it's so hot right now. And it is raining outside, so I don't have very good light. I apologize for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yes, 13 palettes. So coming in at number 13, this absolutely breaks my heart. I have the Sigma Enchanted Mini Eyeshadow Palette. I don't know if it's how I use it. I don't know if it's the palette. I don't know what it is about this, but I tried to use it not 1, not 2, but 3 different times. And one time I hated it so much, I took it off and put another eye look from a different palette on. I feel like these shimmers are very dry. They're definitely just a wash of a shimmer. But then on top of that, the mattes felt like they didn't really do a whole lot for my eye look. Like, this is the darkest brown shade in the palette, and this is built up and swatched a couple of times, and that is the darkest brown. So that is this brown right here. And I just did not, it just didn't perform like I expected it to. If you are interested in shimmer and playing around with, you know, some beautiful neutral colors, this may be right up your alley. But for me, this was a total dud and not what I was expecting. I actually have been very afraid to use the Cinderella palette because I just don't know if my heart can be broken and let down the same way. So I'm gonna wipe those swatches off, my left hand at least. Coming in at number 12. Oh my gosh. Coming in at number 12, I have the Pretty Vulgar Nightingale palette. Okay. I was a Pretty Vulgar stan for quite a while, and this is, I don't think anything against this palette. I just think that the formula is old because I've had this a couple of years and it's time for me to declutter it. I still like the color story. I still like the, you know, birdhouse shaped packaging. I still think it's so cute. But the performance-wise, I really struggled to get some of them to build up or not be patchy on my eyes. And I don't remember them being that way when I used them a while ago because I was newer to eyeshadow and either I just didn't notice it was patchy or the formula has changed, which is very possible. I mean, it says 12 months after opened, and I've definitely had it like at least twice that amount of time, minimum. So we're just gonna go with it that I may need to declutter that soon. Then at number 11, I have the e.l.f. Game Up palette, and I bought this on a total impulse buy, on a whim. I don't know why I did it. I just did it. And I'm working on that. I'm working on trying not to make such impulsive buys. And I'm doing pretty good so far. Okay, so not a terrible palette. Like, not the worst. But when you look at these shades in the pan, you're like, wow, that's a nice, pretty, vibrant palette, right? On me, it was like a pretty wash of color. Like, when you blend it out, or even if you try to pack it on, it still kind of blends out to be not as vibrant as it looks. It's the purple is like very dry. It's definitely not a good purple. At least the one in my palette is not. These mattes are not shimmery. My hands are just full of shimmer and there's nowhere else for me to go at this point. So it just doesn't feel like you get kind of the same like color payoff as you would think. The purple looks pretty true to pan, but this blue does not. None of the other ones do. I'll swatch one or two shimmers. I do think that this pink is like kind of a cool shade, but it just leaves me wanting for more because it doesn't really have a lot of, it's not very opaque. I find myself swirling and swirling and swirling and building and building and building, and I still don't quite get like the color payoff I'm looking for with longevity, at least. So this right here is this pink shade, and it has kind of like a purpley flip a little bit. And then the purple shade is right here, and it looks like it'd be like a nice deep royal purple in the pan. And then it's like, it's a purple. She's fine. She's purple. But if you were looking for like vibrancy, this is not your girl. I did see it was out of stock, but in the case that it's sold anywhere else or you happen upon it in a store, at least you will know how I feel about it and what I think of the performance. If you're looking for playing with color, but like you don't want like vibrancy, you want like a wash of color, this would probably be the way to go. And I would assume a lot of the other e.l.f. palettes are like this. I haven't used all of them, but the Hot Jalapeno is the only one that I feel like I got true like color payoff. Y'all, I just put like purple eyeshadow in my inner cavern, as Leanne calls it, from Makeup Mugwump. All right, let's move on. In the number 10 spot, please don't come for me. I have the Natasha de Nona Iona palette. Iona, whatever. I want to love this. I want this to be like my go-to quint. Like I want it. I want it to be that way. I tried so hard to get this shadow to work for me. And my eyes were just like, nah, girl. And I don't understand it because it swatches so beautifully. But then on my eyes, it's just like, it consumes it. It's like I have this little oil, like eyelid monster that like just eats the eyeshadow as soon as I put it on there. Same thing with this shade that's called Lash Line, I think. So this is Satin Skin. Yes. No. Crease. I don't know. I think this one's Crease and this one's Lash Line. Anyways, this brown shade-ish, this one disappeared on my eyelids. Also, I tried to use it as like an outer corner deepener, whatever, and it did not work. The only one I didn't really use is this middle shade called Satin Skin, and I think this type of shimmer of hers works for me, but I'm not 100%. I need to play around with it a little bit more, but again, like I don't know if I want to get my heart broken like that. Also, that's not a shade that I typically go for. At number 9, we have the ColourPop Misunderstood palette. A nice palette. Very enjoyable. Super cute. Love this purple shade. Like, this is what I expect out of a purple. This one's more of like a hot purple. This is with just 2 swipes on my knuckle. So really like it. The shade Flotsam is a favorite. I used Mongrels and No Spots quite a bit. All in all, I used this for my Snow White and the 7 Pans project pan, and I did it no left behind style, but I'm a moron and I made my goal to use each shade 2 times and also 1 full look. What are we at, 8? I have the January Garnet palette from BH Cosmetics. She's cute. I don't think I used this shade. I think I swatched it to see if I wanted to use it. And I don't remember if I used this glitter shade. No, I don't think I did. I'm not really a fan of like a dark pressed glitter. I'm not opposed to a pressed glitter, but like a black pressed glitter, I don't know. Like I'm not sure how I feel about it. It was fine. This is obviously not going to be at the top, but I don't think it's in danger of being decluttered this year either. Coming in at number 7, we have the Barbie Pure palette. First of all, can we take a moment to admire this packaging? Like, holy beauty. It is a little bit annoying that like it is like textured, but also I find that very interesting. So I think I made 2 different looks with this. This is a really pretty pressed glitter. This is like a multi-color pressed glitter. It's very beautiful. I really enjoy this pink shade. I like it. It's nice. I'm glad it's in my collection. Coming in at number 654, yeah. Coming in at number 6 is the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil. I put off using this one for a while, and I'm not really sure why. I think I just didn't really enjoy like the idea of miniature pans. These shades I kind of think are crap, and I like to use this as just like either a monochromatic look in like one of these color families, or as like a companion piece. Like I need a specific tone of purple or blue. Not sure that I would use like the black or the white in there, and I'm totally fine if I never use them because I have black and white in a lot of different palettes. And then coming in at number 5 is the Take Me Back to Brazil Rio edition. This was a recent gift in addition to my collection, and I actually really love this. I've used it, I think, in 2 or 3 different looks now. I will throw up one look where I did, actually, I'll put that one up in a minute. If I can find the blue look that I did, most of the shimmer was from this palette, and I also used this like duochrome type shade as like a topper, and I will throw it in between 2 colors, but a little bit over that blue as well from the e.l.f. palette, so you can kind of see how it changes the shade a little bit. Really like this one. These are beautiful, absolutely beautiful shimmers, nice and soft, and they don't fade on me, so they get extra points just for that. So at number 4, we have the Fade into Hue palette from ColourPop. Okay, so if you watched my video talking about palettes I thought I could live without, this palette was one of them. I felt like I could probably declutter it and I wouldn't miss it, and I don't find myself reaching into it. And I guess because I had just made that, this BH Cosmetics glitter looks absolutely awful. Anyways, I guess because I just made that video, when I went to do like a blue and yellow eye look for my daughter's softball team, which I'll throw up here, I used the 2 BH Cosmetics palettes for like the 2nd or 3rd time in a month. And then I also used the Fade into Hue palette. I wanted like a true yellow, and this one is like just a true matte yellow. And then I was like, when in Rome, and I went into this yellow glitter shade, and I actually really, really like the pressed glitters that are in this palette. I didn't realize like how much I really liked them until they were on my face. So this is a like worn down swatch of the yellow pressed glitter. Like it is so pretty. It has like a white duochrome base, or white, it's like combo white and yellow duochrome. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I keep saying base. This is over that terrible BH Cosmetics glitter. Fine. I still do not like these mattes with shimmers. I've really tried to like them. I just don't like that formula, specifically from ColourPop, but from a lot of other brands that do them too. So now we are in the top 3. Number 3, we have the Sigma New Mod. When I found myself hating the look that I made with the Enchanted palette, I pulled out this one because I wanted to see, okay, am I just like remembering Sigma's formula completely incorrectly or what? Because I really liked the looks that I made with this, and it actually made like a top of, you know, list for palettes. And so I kind of wanted to see, like, did I just like Is it me? Like, did my eyes change? Did my skin change? Did my method change? So I'm going to swatch 2 shimmers and one of the darker shades. And I only did 2 swipes with the matte, and that was just to kind of even out the crumbs that were on my finger because a lot came up. Anyways, so this is not even the darkest shade in the new mod palette. This is a dark shimmer and a lighter shimmer. This is more of what I expected this shade to be. And then this is more of what I expected this shade to look like. So I still really, really love the new mod palette. And I don't know if it's a different formula or if it's just intended to perform differently, but the Enchanted mini I don't think is for me. And then the new mod is definitely something I still love. And I'm very happy that I have in my collection. And then in the number 2 spot, I have the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette. Ooh, look how shiny she is. And I really enjoy this palette. First of all, I love the color story. Second of all, I love the shimmers. I don't know what's happening to this one. I think it's starting to sink in on itself. It may be drying out, which is to be expected. It is a little bit older of a palette. It's not my oldest palette by any stretch of the imagination, but it is definitely, I need to start showing it some love, okay? So these are some of my favorite shimmers from this palette. So beautiful. My absolute favorite one though, I think is Pink Diamond. And I'm really running out of spots to put anything, but yeah, Pink Diamond, I'm pretty sure is my top shimmer favorite. The mattes still blend beautifully, even though the shimmers are probably starting to dry out a little bit. Very happy that I have this palette in my collection. Wish I would have known how to use it when I first got it, because when I first got it, I was terrified of color and didn't really know what to do with a lot of shimmers, but happy to be enjoying it now while I can. And going into fall and winter, I know that I'm going to be able to show it a lot more love. And then finally, in the number 1 spot, this really surprised me. I laid out all my palettes today and I did not expect to put a ColourPop palette in my number 1 spot. I don't think I've done that yet. Maybe. But with all the awesome palettes that I used this month, I definitely did not expect it to be a ColourPop palette, but it's the Menage a Moi. I don't think this one is still available, but it's ColourPop. They go in and out of stock. They dupe themselves. It's very possible it'll come back. So this is like a very like pink, mauve, cranberry type color story. Like a dusty rose, I would say. And I really, really found myself enjoying this. Again, these pressed glitters are actually really beautiful. Like, I did not find it a chore to use this palette. I actually found it a little bit difficult to make myself stop using it and trying out some other palettes. So I'm very happy I have that one in my collection. It was previously on my shelf of shame, so I had never even used it. Or if I had used it like maybe once or just 1 or 2 shades from it. A lot of the palettes are very similar that I have from ColourPop. I feel like if I sat down and decided like which rosy tone or pink tone palette to keep, that would be one that I would 100% decide was staying in my collection. So, what palettes did you try last month? What are you looking forward to using this month? Is there anything you hope to see in my ranking for next month? I hope that you enjoyed this video today. I always have so much fun making them. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more makeup and beauty content from me, hit that subscribe button and I'll have more coming at you. I hope wherever you are, you have a wonderful day. Bye.